guys, it's Kazuaki Cats on Camera, and today I'm doing the second part of my diversity and illness recommendations videos. So I did a part last month, the month before, I think it might have been last month. I'll leave that down below anyway. And basically in these videos I go through 5 books, one of them a popular one that you've probably most definitely heard of, and then another 4 stuff that hopefully you haven't heard of and you want to check out. Also, side note, sorry that I haven't uploaded anything for like a week. I was on holiday in Ireland and then it was my birthday, and now I'm uploading on a Sunday, which I don't do normally, but I am today because I feel like I haven't put anything out for ages. So when I say a popular book that you've probably heard of, this one you definitely have. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Yes, you know it, you've read it, you've heard of it, you've watched the film. But why not talk about it? Because it does have a lot of diversity in illness and disability type of way, so I do think it's a really good book in that sense. Obviously everyone knows it's about a couple of characters that are dealing with cancer, but with that we've also got the addition of losing limbs and losing sight because of this illness, so I do think it's a really good book in terms of that. I don't need to tell you the plot, you've read it, you know it. The Fault in Our Stars. Next up I have Spinner by Michael J. Bowler. With this one I actually got a e-copy as a book to review, and because I enjoyed it so much and it's by an independent author, I picked up the hard copy of the book because I really enjoyed it and thought it was really good. So as you may be able to tell by the cover, our main character is in a wheelchair. So yeah, this book follows Alex, who has been in a wheelchair all of his life, and he has this crazy cool power called spinning. He's a spinner, so if somebody near him is hurt either physically or emotionally, he can take that pain away just by being near them and make them feel a lot better about themselves, and about if they're hurt it takes away all of the pain of that. It's just a really good concept. It has sort of superhuman superhero vibes for somebody that is in a wheelchair, and I just think that's really awesome to see in a book. But not only that, but the main cast of characters in here are all of his friends from their special ed class. So we have someone with a pronounced stutter, which is viewable on page. The way he talks is he has a stutter. We have somebody else who has Asperger's syndrome. We have somebody else with ADHD, and within that as well we have a black character, a Vietnamese character, and a Mexican character. We also have another character who is dealing with his sexuality as well, so we have that sort of diversity in here. And it's just this group of kids trying to figure out this weird creepy thing that's going on. People keep getting murdered, there's this weird creepy cat that's everywhere that's like massive, and then there's a weird music box that does all creepy stuff to things, and it's really cool. So check it out because independent author, and yeah. Next up I have Heavyweight by M.B. Mulhall. This one deals with a guy who's on the wrestling team who has an eating disorder, which I think is a really great thing to read about, because most of the time if you read about eating disorders it's about girls having them, and obviously that's not the case. A lot of boys do have eating disorders as well, so I think this is good that it's talked about in a book. But yeah, Ian is on the wrestling team but is at the top of his weight class, and obviously if he goes over that weight class then he'll be the smallest guy in the biggest weight class, so he does have a lot of control and a lot of issues with his eating and trying to maintain this perfect weight for wrestling. And yeah, it's done in a really good way. Obviously he has all of these feelings like, oh, I'm doing it because of a reason, not because of wanting to look good, I'm doing it because of my wrestling, and he has that whole sort of conflicting feelings in his head, which obviously don't make it okay, but it's really good to see in a book. It's also got a male love interest, you know what I'm like, nearly all of these books do, that's how I roll, that's what I read, soz. But his love interest is an Asian emo, which is also something you don't see very often in books, so there you go. Next up I have Leo Loves Aries by Anita Sunday. This is a new adult book, so it does have some sex scenes in it. If that's not your thing, obviously don't pick it up, but it is a really slow burn book, and like halfway through the characters are still getting to know each other, so it's not like, oh, 2 characters meet and now they're having sex. So yes, it's okay in that sense. But this follows twins Theo and Leonie, who both have split up with their respective girlfriend and boyfriend, who have got together, which is kind of awkward. So they need a new flatmate, enter Jamie, and it's all about Leo coming to terms with his sexuality and realising that he likes Jamie in more than a friend way. And in this book, Leonie is blind, and it's done in a really good way. It's not seen as a disability in the sense that she can't do things, or it's not used as a plot device to be like, oh no, poor little blind girl or whatever. She's really independent, she's really awesome, so I definitely loved that inclusion in this book. Definitely cute and definitely worth a read. And last but not least, I had an Andrew Smith book in the first video. I'm having an Andrew Smith in this video. So Stick by Andrew Smith. This book is super dark, which a lot of his books are, so if you can't handle abuse, physical and mental abuse by parents to their kids, and drug use and just crazy ass shit going on, all sorts of all that business, then not a book for you. But if you can handle the super dark stuff, then check this out. This follows Stark, who has a really pretty shitty life. Him and his older brother Boston, like I just said, are just treated like absolute crap by his parents. And when his brother sort of comes out, and when his dad is abusing his brother more, he decides to run away. And then a whole thing ensues of Stark trying to get back to his brother. And yeah, our main character Stark was born with one ear, so his other ear's missing, and throughout this book he's really self-conscious about how he tries to grow his hair so people can't see that he's missing it. He likes to wear big hats, and also in the way it's written, there's like, it shows how he hears things, so it'll be a few words in the sentence and then a few ... dots and then the next bit, because it takes him a little bit of time to hear stuff. And yeah, I think it's just dealt with really well, and it's a good inclusion because it's just something that, why can't you just have a main character that was born without an ear, or you know, something like that? Why not? I love Andrew Smith, and pretty much nobody knows about his books apart from Winger and Grasshopper Jungle, so check them out because you should. So yeah, there we go, the next 5 books in my disability and illness recommendations. I do have more that I can go into, so obviously this will be a continuing series and will come to you at some point in the near future. So yeah, let me know down below what you think about some of these books. Obviously, I'm sure you've probably read The Fault in Our Stars, but do any of the other ones sound interesting to you now? Check them out if they do. If this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of my others. And if you continue to enjoy them, then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I will see you in a few days. I promise it won't be nearly a week with another video.